Okay. Now we should be back. Maybe? Yes, we are. Okay. Okay, so stream is back. So, there should be like 2 different VODs now. Let's rename this in group stage. And let's start a final bracket. So Grave Corps playing the Light Darkness Fire Nature control against Otto's secret survivor tech with Light Water Darkness Nature. Meanwhile, Solomon playing Hydro Hurricane against X-Boom's Light Darkness Nature control. So we will have like both of them up soon. Maybe we restart OCTGN. Oh, this game, yeah, started already. Yeah, so let's hope this matchup Otto wrote that I think they played in Swiss. No, they played to determine the seeding because after Swiss They were both had the same score and the same tiebreaker, and he said it's like 1 hour 40, and he even scooped game 3. So let's hope this doesn't happen. And if I see this will take this long, then I will definitely give some warnings. Now Solomon is having internet issues. Yeah, I know that Grave Corpse isn't doing it on purpose, thinking that long, but I mean, yeah, we will see. Maybe we can talk a bit about because in the first few turns, like I don't expect that much to happen here. Maybe we talk about the metagame as a whole. We saw quite a lot of Fortress burn again, quite a lot of FN rush, and also like two um, Bonanza decks popping out, which usually should beat Fortress, because once you resolve one Bonanza, you basically win the game, in my opinion. But I know at least like 2 matches where Bonanza lost against Fortress Burn, which of course can happen when like Fortress gets to like 8 mana first, plays a Soul Swap, and your opponent don't get to resolve the Bonanza. But maybe this is like one more evolution step here. I think the meta is quite solved. We don't see like any like pretty much new decks that like pop out and immediately are at like tier 1. I mean, of course, like Otto has like a new take on the survivor with water instead of fire. Well, at least in the 4-color version, but I'm not convinced that it's better than the fire version. And I don't really would call this like a totally new deck. So yeah, I think when Fortress is this popular as it is now, Survivor of course has a good position in the meta game. Meanwhile, when FN Rush is also out there, I think the Darkness Fire Nature version has like no place there, because it's just a horrific matchup against FN Rush. So you need to add like a 4th color to combat the FN Rush players, which are, I think we also had a Light Nature Rush player and a Darkness Fire Rush player. Is this correct? So we had like 6 or 7 Rush players, then some fast aggro players like Water Darkness aggro and Water Fire aggro. So all the Rush and fast aggros typically not that great for survivors. So yeah, adding a 4th color is definitely needed in my opinion. And having a good matchup against Fortress is like something which Survivor thrives in. And yeah, they didn't really play in Swiss, Otto and Grave Corpse. They played after the Swiss round has concluded because they had the same tiebreaker They were on 5th and 6th and were battling about the higher seeding, and Grave Corps won 2-1. So what I would like to see from the meta going forward, I would like that some Fortress decks are acknowledging the worst matchup against Survivor and against Mana Bonanza, and I expect Mana Bonanza to become a bit more popular because it has a really good matchup again, should have a really good matchup against Mana Burn, while also having the same tools as a Fortress deck to beat Fire Nature Rush. And I think just the best Mana Bonanza deck would be just like a regular Fortress deck with maybe some more cards, like 55 cards and a Mana Bonanza in it, so you can combat the other Mana Bonanza decks. Because you usually are like playing like 8 Borsam tribes at least when you play one Mana Bonanza, so you need more cards in deck to not just deck out before you can finish the opponent. So typically in the past, the Mana Bonanza decks was something with Bliss Totem and Mystic Dreamscape, and to loop Miraculous Plague turn after turn, but I think that is too slow um, to combat like the Fire Nature decks and Fire Nature Rush decks, and also combat like the other Fortress Burn decks, which can just streamline to 8 mana, play Souls with one Fortress, and then you are behind. So I think the best Mana Bonanza deck is just a regular Fortress deck with 5 more cards. And in these 5 more cards, 55 cards in total, 1 Mana Bonanza. Maybe this will evolve in the future when Mana Bonanza gets a bit more popular. Of course, this doesn't address the Survivor matchup, but yeah, to combat the Survivor matchup, you have to include like fire for like Blizzard of Spears or something. Maybe just like a split, which I did with like 3 Magma Rex and 1 Blizzard, so you can search it with your Logic Cubes, recycle it with Fal if needed. Yeah, but just some theory crafting here. I think the meta is quite set here. That's why it's always exciting to see like some variations of established decks, like adding water instead of fire here doing well. So yes, the other game's up as well. So let's do this again. Quixotic. This must be a one-off, like one-off Quixotic in Grave Corpse's deck. That's like the first time we see it. Huh. Yeah, Ali's saying defend one against FN Rush and Mana Burn with his Bonanza deck. Which had the Dreamscape loop. I mean, I guess you can, when you add like 5 more cards in the typical Fortress variation, which is not like bad against FN Rush. It's like, yeah, unfavorable, but not that much when it plays like Spiral Gate and Aqua Surfer, maybe some sort of Miraculous Snare and so on. Yeah, Terror Pit, Giga Balsa, and so on. Your Skysword loop at some point, Miraculous Plague Lock, which we saw Darkstender win in the last IDC against FN Rush. Which also maybe happened in some Swiss rounds here, of course. So yeah, definitely can see just like your typical Fortress burn, add like 1 Mana Bonanza, like 2 Mystic Dreamscape, that's it, and you have the lock, just like 3 more cards, and you have a lock because you play Miraculous Plague anyway already. And you need to play like a one Bliss Totem maybe. Not sure if this is worth, but yeah. Some some deck building has to be done there, but I think it has potential definitely. But as I said, Fortress Burn can adjust if Mana Bonanza gets a bit more popular. So let's just look at the games here. X-Boom being on the bottom on the left side, just trying to shut down all the threats from Solomon before it gets like out of control with the Rias, Gigasalt, and Ice Vapor. But I think X-Boom is just a bit too passive to have really like an effect on the board and so on here. Well, not just at the moment, but in general. He plays a lot of blockers. Yes, he plays Ice Vapor, but your opponent can just play all his creatures, like Rias, draw some cards, and just ignore the Ice Vapor for a couple of turns. And yeah, you have like the Ecas and Petrova, so Petrova can boost Ecas, but then how the Hurricane comes down, just bounces your Ecas, and yeah, I think the matchup is pretty good for Solomon. And I can see X-Boom doing really well in the aggro heavy meta game, but against controls he should have his issues. Meanwhile, on the right side, we see like the the Mana Burn, Hydro Hurricane, 4-boss mash up from Grave Corps. Doing well at the moment, but Otto established his survivors, his cycle with Factory Shell Grave Arms, so it doesn't matter which creature you will destroy, the other creature will get you back the other one, so I would say it's a pretty good situation here for Otto. Of course, when there's like a mass removal here, like a Blizzard from Grave Corps, could be the other way, but at the moment it's looking good. Otto moving Lost Soul to hand, so Grave Corps knows he has to discard Otto now, or otherwise he gets discarded next turn. Of course, with Gigasalt you have like a 1/3 chance now to discard the Lost Soul. Um, yeah, now Solomon has established like another threat and discarded the Terror Pit from X-Boom. And again, X-Boom not really presenting a threat of his own. And on the other side, Grave Corps going aggressive here because he obviously can just discard the card he gave Otto with the shield attack. Yeah, but the top deck another survivor, and now the whole engine starts rolling. You play one survivor, get back 3 cards. Um, Okay, so X-Boom again, just looking for answers here. Um, Oof. What? Sacrificing two creatures, making your Hydro Hurricane weaker just that Gigabazal survives? For what? You can't really tap it anyway because it will die next turn again. I would have just let the Gigazalt die. That's it. Not agreeing with the blocks there. Because it's like the same situation as last turn. As soon as you tap this card, the two Balixes will start trading in. Hmm. Meanwhile, on the right side, looking good for Otto here. With these smash-ons, your forwards could run over, or can run over the Gigazalt. Gravecorp's deciding to block. Um, what are you doing, my friend? Ah. Okay, yeah, he played Belix, he can't attack. Okay, this block was fine, but yeah, just like Rias from Solomon, and he is like back in the game. Um, as I said, he had to give up on two Laura Gigas and one Pala to save his Gigazalt in the last two turns, which I'm not happy with the trade-off. And looking at the deck count, X-Boom is ahead in the deck out race. And yeah, just the general game plan is Solomon being on the active player, pumping out threats, and X-Boom needs to answer the threats, but not really presenting anything on his own. So usually should be in favor for Solomon. Hmm. Having Belix in hand, not deciding to pick up a Plague with it. And Belix is boosted by Petrova. Not sure. And I don't see Solomon winning this game. He has 9 cards left on deck. Oh, another Petrova on Belix. Maybe I would have liked the Skull Sweeper instead of the second Grave Worm here from Otto. And charge another card from his hand. So Solomon charging Gigasalt, playing Gigaslug, which means he has another Gigasalt in hand. And Xboom realizing that and swapping it out. Let's see if he has something like a Vapor or Rias to present some pressure again. And Xboom deciding to play Colorless instead of Ice Vapor. Maybe he doesn't have another Darkness card in hand. And yeah, now Mysterious from... Oh, he's playing a Fortress Shell. Okay. Yeah, now the squad is here. All the 5-drop slot in Ice Vapor, Rias, and Gigasalt. Only Petrova missing. Yeah, but without Rias, there's no card advantage, which Solomon can gain to further establish the board to a game-ending Hydro Hurricane. But here's another Mysterious. And yeah, every answer for X-Boom at least costs him a mana. And now Solomon gets a full turn with Rias on board. I'm charging a Petrova. Interesting. I would... Well, maybe he has another one. So I would call it like Ghost or Chimera. Okay, here's another one. Yeah. I would call it Chimera, I think. Because like your opponent's playing also Guardian, your opponent's also playing Ice Vapor with Ghost, but we didn't see like any Chimera, I think, from Xboom. Meanwhile, I'm not really following the game on the right. Um, Grave Corpse can again discard some cards from Otto and also kill the Grave Worm, but he can get it back quite quickly, so yeah. Meanwhile, X-Boom now in the position which race he is calling with Petrova. Beastfolk. Maybe I would have called Snow Fairy. Because now the Chimera can just kill the Snow Fairy. And Palolesis has to block. Another Rias. Sure. There's enough cards in the deck to draw further. Yeah, looking grim for X-Boom. Well, he called Beastfolk, so Skysword can attack Ice Vapor. Yeah, or the other Petrova. Yeah, but now just a Hydro Hurricane from Solomon. He doesn't even need to be afraid of a top deck Lost Soul because X-Bomb is at 6 mana. Meanwhile, on the other board, Ripple Lotus doing some work, destroying some creatures. And yeah, Grave Corpse has 11 cards in hand, 12 cards now, but no board. And even if he has the ability to clear some of the creatures, they will come right back in the next turn. And even if you will deploy a board, just some survivors and his board will be destroyed too. Behind the deckout race, so yeah, looking good for Otto. Meanwhile, X-Boom just going through the motions here. Don't see like any comeback potential here. Oh, Solomon is at 5 cards. Okay. Well, this is his comeback potential. Just like trying to stall. Mm, yeah, now Hydro Hurricane. And yeah, just don't even bother trying to discard your opponent. He can't do anything for like the next 3 turns. Just go for the shields and the game. Holy War is nice, but not doing enough. I mean, Gigabalza got boosted by the opponent's Petrova, but yeah, Gigabalza can't even kill the other Petrova here. Yeah, it's just go next. Solomon playing lower Giga on turn 2. Not really agreeing here. I think you should just hold it. So when your opponent plays Cranium Clamp, you can discard it. Lower Giga doesn't do like anything at the moment. Like it doesn't protect you from like any attacks. X-Boom will never attack you. Yeah. Yeah, now a Giga Assault from Solomon killing Camellia. And he's looking good again. I really would like a Photo Sight in X-Boom stack so he can combat like the Hydro Hurricane threats. So Camellia search for Photo Sight if he has it. Dude! I don't get like these people dragging the cards like 2 kilometers away from the battlefield. Look what happens, man. Or just like a Petrova calling Chimera, killing Camellia. Oh, there's the Gazelle. Oh, discards Terra Pit, the answer for Giga Salto for the opponent's Rias. And someone practically saying I'm the better Rias deck. Maybe he doesn't. He didn't have an answer for the opponent's rears. There's the photo side. Okay, he's playing it. Nice. Now Solomon needs to answer 2 threats, which he does. Well, 1 threat at least. And yeah, every card Xwim is drawing with the Screecher is just getting discarded next turn by Gigasalt, so um, but Solomon in his typically fashion writing GG already, but I think it's pretty even. And yeah, if Xboom decides to draw like more cards, he will be behind in the deckout race against Solomon. And now with Snare, I would target the Ice Vapor in my opinion. Okay, doesn't. Yeah, now Xboom is behind in deckout race. And if Solomon realizes it, he won't play like any energy stream because Xboom is just not that great in finishing the game. And with 7 shields, Solomon is also far away from finishing. And Xboom can't really force Solomon to draw or mill extra cards because Solomon doesn't play Soul Swap, doesn't play Sky Sword, of course. So you could play Soul Swap on your opponent's Sky Sword. Meanwhile, on the other board, Grave Corpse seems to maybe get the other upper hand. Not sure where the Grave Worms went. We have two in the graveyard, so another one in the mana zone. Charging Factory Shell here. For Grave Worm maybe? Yeah. Grave Worm, get back Grave Worm. Oh, Smash On. Yeah, and then Smash On, get back, I don't know. Yeah, you can run over the Gigasalt, and Grave Corpse only has like the Baza in hand and far behind in Deckout Race, so still looking good for Otto. Yeah. Yeah, attacking when you are in Otto's position, definitely not this turn, but yeah, maybe in the next turn. But again, he's just winning by deck out, and your opponent um has like nothing he could do about all these smash-ons, and just one Baza is just one smash-on killed, you play another survivor, get it back. So you don't really need to attack, but I think at some point you just will, because you're threatened to end the game in like one turn even. Okay, so X-Boom removing the threat here with Soul Swap. And again, it's unclear who's winning. I think Solomon is winning because he's, as I said, ahead in the deck out race. And yeah, now even more, he can afford to draw one card. So definitely don't play Energy Stream, but you can play Rias and then draw a card with it. Oh, holy R. But it doesn't do that much. Just kills like this and this. Your Sky Sword gets killed by Belix next turn. I mean, of course it's better, so Hydro Hurricane does less, but yeah, not that great. But would I think the he needs like a Belix for Morbid Medicine for Rias and Photosite, and then the Photosite um, can start cleaning, or Petrova and Photosite or something like that. Because yeah, as I said, X-Boom stack not really known for finishing the game, and now Solomon can even afford to play Energy Stream now. Of course, now Energy Stream not that great when your opponent has the Ice Vapor. But yeah, he can also just wall up. Your opponent will still have some blockers left in the deck, and as long as he doesn't play like a Petrova on Beast Folk, maybe he can't even start attacking. Yeah, now his own Ice Vapor from Solomon. Looking good for him. Destroys the Morbid Medicine, so he has a better option when he top decks Fal to get it back. Yeah, but even then the opponent's Ice Vapor will definitely hurt. Another Ice Vapor, I think that's it. 9 cards left, just draw passing. Drawing some useless, I don't know, Blossom Tribes, blockers, Sky Sword. And now Hydro Hurricane, devastating for X-Boom. There's the Fall for Morbid, but you have to discard 2 cards and burn 2 mana when you play Morbid. Meanwhile, I think this is just game 1, yeah, on the right side. Wow. Future Slash. Yeah. Even Future Slash doesn't help here. As long as Solomon doesn't draw with Riaz, which he shouldn't. Or maybe he can afford to draw like one, because I don't think X-Boom is playing Future Slash. Ooh, he's playing Morbid Medicine. Okay. But yeah, you have to do something. You need like the photo side. And yeah, on the other side, Gravecorp's finally stopping like the Survivor stream by discard by playing Lost Soul, but just a top deck Survivor will do it. And now you can even attack with when you're in Otto's position, if you want. Well, now you don't. Now you have your Survivors back, and your opponent has 6 cards left. I mean, if you start attacking and you are not ending the game on the spot, then your opponent can just play something like Meltdown and Bazagazir, and suddenly you lose. So yeah, Otto even moving Slash Charger to hand with Forber. So I think this win condition here now is just deck out. Just a Slash Charger. Maybe if your opponent has a creature left, you soul swap it for like a Sky Sword, and then you deck out your opponent. Meanwhile, Solomon drawing cards with Rias, so I don't agree here, because if Vixboom plays like one Slash Charger, now you're behind in the deck out race. But maybe he doesn't play Slash Charger. I didn't really pay that much attention. And now Gravecorp's disconnecting. God damn. He's attacking with Fall. I would just take the first shield, I think. Because you want to... maybe you block. You have 2 Giga Slugs to stop the photo side. And now just like a Hydra Hurricane finishes the game here from Solomon. Turpid and Swap. Oh. Boah. He is back. Well, I don't know. Um, yeah, not much to say to keep you guys excited in these games because nothing is like happening. I think Solomon is winning, and on the right side Otto is winning, and yeah. And I think this is like game three, and this is game one, yeah? It's like they played 3 games and they didn't even play one. It's like, what's going on? Pooh. Meanwhile, Grave Corpse casually tapping 17 mana for Fortress and Berserk Seal. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's the Hydra Hurricane, and that's it. That is it. And at this point, I think Berserk Azil should just go for 2 shields. Yeah. and that's GG on the other side. So, and I don't think we will play the third place match and the grand finals separately, because just looking at this shit here, it's like 3 games finished on the left side and 1 game's finished on the right side. So, um, yeah. Yeah, the stream is like 1 hour 4 minutes, and I think they started like, I don't know, 7 8 minutes, 7 minutes or something in the stream. So they're playing for like 55 minutes now. 55 minutes for 1 game. Hmm. Yeah, so for Solomon in the final, I think his best matchup would be, I don't know, to be honest. I think Otto has a good matchup against Xboom because again, Xboom is just too passive. Doesn't have like mass removal for the survivors. Meanwhile, Solomon has the Hydro Hurricane as a mass removal. Um, and also just like depleting the mana completely and not just destroying it. So it can, yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's in the hand anyway. It doesn't matter if it gets destroyed because you just play some Grave Worm, some Survivors with Grave Worm, you get it back from the graveyard and you would have it in hand anyway. So, but just bouncing all the mana at once is just huge. And yeah, I think Grave Corpse has not a good matchup against yeah, the Survivor, as we said, or as we saw. With 17 mana and 9 cards in hand, he couldn't even like come close to winning. Um, and I think it's pretty even matchup against Hydro Hurricane. Maybe slightly favored for Hydro Hurricane because Grave Corpse has many useless cards like Quixotic Colon, as we see there, which typical other Light Darkness Fire Nature decks don't have. And you're already looking quite good here for Otto. Having Petrova on Survivor, while Factory Search Grave Worm cycle is there. Of course, like Charge Mana Lost Soul is like an option for him to claw back in the game. And yeah, just looking at the game, I mean, it's not like Grave Corpse takes like 5 minutes to play a card. It takes like 2 minutes. He charges a card, then another 2 minutes. He plays a card, then another 2 minutes, plays a card. It's not like, I don't know, taking time for like 5 minutes and then playing 3 cards back to back. He's just like, I don't know, figuring it out. Like, I don't know. And that's why it's hard to give him like a warning, because he does like a game action every now and then, but um, yeah, just replay the Quixotic from the mana zone, because it's another card. Yeah, that's another thing you get by experience. Just, I don't know, play the other card you have in mana and don't like, yeah. Okay, but here we are. Fight a Duel thing hits the field. I think I like to see an attack here. Just like kill 3 shields and yeah. Because Otto has like 4 cards in hand anyway, we'll get more cards with his Survivor next turn. So yeah, swap out Fortress Shell now. Get rid of the Darkness mana. Yeah, or something like this. But please attack now with the Fighter Duel thing, because you don't win the long game. Please just attack. Your opponent will have Grave Worm and then Factory Shell back and maybe, I don't know, Smash on, and then you replay the Baza, kill one of them, your opponent plays more, and you slowly but surely lose on board presence and card advantage. Hey. Yeah, just some decisions where like, I don't know, more experienced players have like figured it out in like 10 seconds. He needs like 2 minutes for it, and yeah, that sums up. And even if you have like this strong follow-up with Logic Cube into Lost Soul, then giving your opponents the shields is yeah, quite good. And now it's looking good for Grave Corpse. He has a buzzer in hand to answer the Petrova. Yeah, Blossom Trap doesn't do anything. Would have liked the Soul Swap next turn for the Grave Worm in mana. Yeah, 8 mana now for the buzzer. Now you can... Oh, tapping the fire mana? You sure? Misplay. Oh, wait, where's the... Oh, it got discarded? Ah, okay, I didn't see. Played Lost Soul, yeah. Okay. Again, looking good for Grave Corpse. He really needs Otto to stumble again, which he did. I mean, Skysword not bad, but he would have liked to see a Factory Shield or Grave Worm. And now Grave Corpse can start running away with the Mysterious. Again, no mass removal from Otto. Except the Pseudo Holy Hour, but you need like a board for it. And yeah, next turn you can end the game with like Corpse Charger, get back Baza, play Baza. Otto stumbling again. Holy Hour would have been nice, I think, to hold on. To clear the board. So when you go for game, you prevent like some soul swap on Skysword shenanigans, but yeah. Petrova seems so odd in this deck, but guess it works somehow. Rebirth now? Hmm. Yeah, that's what I meant. Just play Holy Hour and kill the board first and then go for the shields. But yeah, still, doesn't really matter. Game 3. At least this game went pretty quick. No, just call it light darkness, fire nature control. That's it. What do you mean threat control? It's like yeah, pretty hard to be excited here in this game. Yeah, Otto needs to see like a nature mana for Factory Shell. Meanwhile, Grave Corpse needs like another light or nature card for like a Sky Sword to get a Lost Soul first. thinking on the misdraw. Well, you know, Lost Soul comes down next turn, but I mean, you could hope for like a Cranium Clamp and then hope that your opponent does stop taking a multicolor card, but I think that's pretty slim. So yeah, now we see like the Rias engine against like the Survivor engine. Um, Phobos maybe getting another Lost Soul. Does he have one? Does he play two? Oh, two, two are in the graveyard. Okay, I don't think he's playing three. third grave worm here. I mean, as soon as like they all hit the graveyard at the same time, Otto's in a pretty bad spot, but we didn't see like any Blizzard of Spears from Grave Corps, and Blizzard of Spears would not be that great here, losing all your own creatures, including the Rias. So although he's having like 11 cards in hand, he has to do something about the board here. Also trying to go in, or deciding to go in, let's go. I think it's a good decision also, because your opponent has already 11 cards in hand, with Spy Brigade now 12, so doesn't matter if he gets like 5 more. Maybe I would have attacked with Smash on first. Because I think you will kill a Smash on, so even then your board can't kill the Grave Worms. Uh... hmm. Dude, come on, Grave Corps. Come on. Torva's quite good here. Hmm. Maybe I would have killed the Belix here from Otto's perspective with like a smash on. Because you will get it back next turn anyway. Okay, not with Lost Soul. I mean, now like a survivor, you tap the only blocker and maybe GG. 20 cards in hand. At some point I would stop drawing cards. Oh, Soul Swap. Belix for Gigamalza. Go for the game. I mean, if this fails, you lose your whole board. And then you probably don't. Yeah, maybe I would have. I would have liked. I don't know. Another play here, but let's see. Oh, what? Oh, let's go. Oh, finally. Oh, I mean, he had like 20 cards in hand and couldn't play around like a removal on his blocker. God damn. God damn. Oh. Boah. He thought for so long and I don't know. Okay. Next game, next game, next game. Um, okay. Um, yeah, we just play it at the same time. I will have the two windows open and we'll focus a bit more on the grand finals. Um, because yeah, the match took like 1 hour and 38 minutes or something like that. Uh, and if we wait for that and have the final afterwards with another survivor against controller, mid-range controller, and bam. Solomon, you're wrong. Go make your own room. Because I'm not like sitting here for another 2 hours and then another hour for the final. Just hell no. I mean, Otto can have like a 5 minute break, as I said. No, there's no timer duel in top 8. And I just gave Grave Corpse a warning. Um, which I should have given him maybe a bit earlier, but I mean, he was trying to figure out 5 minutes for 5 minutes which creature could attack from Otto after multiple people told him which creature can attack and which creature can't attack. So I basically had to at this point. Not sure if this affected him at all, but yeah, what what should you do? Huh? Otto wrote that Solomon beat him 2 times, um, one in Swiss and one in the group stage. Let's see if Solomon has like Giga Balsa into Gigasalt. Okay, Solomon with the Giga Balsa, now Gigasalt onto Gigaslug, and it's looking good for him. Meanwhile, Kolong being the counter to Ice Vapor on the left side. Otto swapping out his Sky Sword, which I don't really agree with. I don't think you need the extra shield at this point, and now you lose like your card in hand, which you probably expected where you played the Soul Swap, but your top deck a 4 now. Oof, nice. I mean, discarding another Gigasalt is like whatever. But I would have liked the Sky Sword still in mana and the Blossom Tribe on the field. And yeah, Solomon pulling ahead here, and at least Otto gets a light mana, which It's not that impactful that he would have liked to play the card. Yeah, Otto not seeing his survivor part of the deck. Well, there's a Rias, but assuming that Solomon didn't play anything beside the Pala with 3 cards left in hand last turn, indicates that he has like a removal for it now. Oh. And yeah, he has the best removal because the 2 cards getting back to hand are just getting discarded now. And again, no light mana for him. I would have liked an attack here from Solomon and then the discard after. And now just a light creature into Hydro Hurricane, and this looks pretty good. Meanwhile, on the left side, I'm not sure how Gravecorps didn't manage to kill the Camellia with his Quixotic, but whatever. And yeah, Hydro Hurricane now from from Solomon. Now discarding like 5 cards with Gigasalt. I don't think I would go for the shields here. Discarding 5 cards is pretty strong. Okay, he disagrees with me. But I think both options are fine. You are so far ahead. And again, your opponent is not playing Burst Shot, which could be devastating here. Because Paralysis doesn't give the attack boost in your own turn. So with a Burst Shot here, it would kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 creatures. But again, Otto opting for playing water instead of fire. Yeah, Solomon got pretty lucky with like Giga Slug into Giga Balsa into Giga Salt without the opponent having some sort of disruption like Cranium Killer, but okay, game one goes to Solomon in the finals. Game 2, Otto starting strong with turn 3 Blossom Trap. Spiral Gate, good discard for Otto. Let's see if he has like Mysterious or Factory Shell here. Playing Spiral Gate on Giga Balsa. Fearing the Giga Salt next turn. But now it's looking not that great. Solomon 7 cards in hand, Otto 0. And yeah, just playing like too many like non-engine pieces, I would say, from Otto's part. Or maybe like too many cards. I think he's playing 50 cards, and there's a Factory Shell. But the target will, I think, immediately get discarded next turn, because Solomon has a Giga Salt in hand, in my opinion, because he played multiple Giga Balsas back to back without Otto having a card in hand, which indicates that he wants to evolve it. So Otto searching Skull Sweeper, already realizing that if he searches a Grave Worm, it will get discarded, and you really want to see Grave Worm. And that's why having like Fire for Blazosaurus is also really nice, because you can spam the board with like many 2-drops while triggering Factory Shell and or Grave Worm. And here he can only play like 1 by 1. Yeah, there's the Gigasalt. Oh, yeah. And Otto's hoping to draw like... Yeah, now if Factory Shell gets answered, he needs... Yeah, another Grave Worm, a Grave Worm or another Factory Shell. If Factory Shell doesn't get answered, any survivor does it. Billix for Plague. There's the Grave Worm. So yeah, showing up right on time because next time Merciless Blake into discard 2 would have been devastating for Otto. Now he's in the game, I would say. Now let's see the random discard. Really wants to hit the Grave Worm. At this point, I would give him Spiral Gate and Terror Pit, I think. Ah, maybe not these two. Maybe Sky, yeah. Maybe not Terror Pit, but yeah. Definitely no Survivor. Maybe even Spiral Gate and Aqua Surfer. Hits Factory Shell and hits Grave Worm. Oh! God damn. Plague. Hmm. I mean, he doesn't want to give him Belix, but yeah. He will lose his Smash Shot when he is trying to kill Ice Vapor now. Not sure if the traders. Yeah. Okay, he doesn't even block. Maybe he fears that the other three creatures will go for the shields. Pooh! Burst Shot. The whole board is gone. Yeah, not the whole board, but. And X-Boom not playing around Burst Shot. And yeah, just Fire Mana, play Meltdown, and hope there's no shield trigger in 9, in 9 shields. Yeah, and somehow Solomon not winning the game. Behind in Deckard race now. Hmm. Otto definitely crawled back, although missing some survivors turn after turn. Now, like one factory shell or grave worm, and I think he's favored. Yeah, definitely on the left side mistake by Xboom not playing around burst shot and the shields and attacking with Fallen Fortress first. And Quixotic doing work from Grave Corpse here. And now I think he's unfavored. He had like a pretty good position. Now, yeah, last shield burst shot maybe lost him this game because he's so far behind in. Oh no, he's ahead in the deck out race. I thought he was behind. Both players 7 cards in hand. Well, then he's in a good position. Maybe you switch now and trying to mill your opponent with soul swaps. There are already 3 soul swaps in the graveyard. Oh no, that's graveyard. Grave Corpse's graveyard here. Two soul swaps, so no soul swap. Yeah, in the mana zone, 2 soul swaps left, either under the shields or in the deck. So yeah, I think you just wall up here. Yeah. Now realize you don't win by attacking anymore and go for the deck out plan. Meanwhile, one holy off from Otto, and I think he wins the game. He starts attacking. Why? I mean, you lose your creatures now because Smash on is 8k and Gigazard is only 7k. Um, really questionable attack in my opinion. Now it's game 2 in the final. Solomon won the first game. Huh? Did I miss something or did he call Beast Folk with Petrova? Ah, he picked Beast Folk. Okay. Well, yeah, then the attack was fine, I think. Oh. I mean, yeah, you have 3 Beast Folks on board and only 1 survivor when you played Petrova, but I mean, you will at some point have more survivor on your board than Beast Folks. Um, and you obviously have more survivors in your deck than Beast Folks. Hmm. I mean, maybe you bounce the Beast Folks now, so your Gigazalt survives. Not sure. Huh? Didn't he bounce anything with the darkness part? Uh, okay. I mean, now they are like 4 turns later. We can't really. Yeah, you may. Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's not like even mandatory, as Otto says. It's you may choose one of your opponent's creatures and return it to your hand. So if your opponent just forgets it and you go in your next turn and play something, um, there is like no mandatory effect with like Borsam Trap or something, or well, with Borsam Trap the system does it for you automatically when you play it, but I think in paper when you play Borsam Trap you forgot to charge the top of your deck, then it's mandatory, so it needs to be redone, or there's like a warning for you to miss your trigger. With Hydro Hurricane on the other side, same with like Aquahulcus or Mistwears, when you just forget, then yeah, it's your own fault. Tja. Second Hydro Hurricane. Let's see if he bounces the creatures now. Hey. I think you blocked this attack here. I mean, Belix is 5k too, so it can just trade here. Meanwhile, the other side, Meltdown being played here, with one card left in deck by Grave Corpse. And as we said, there should be like a Soul Swap left for X-Boom, so Soul Swap on Sky Sword is GG. Okay. Getting quite intense here. Let's but there is a Soul Swap somewhere. Another Terror Pit? Okay. Or did he play every swap? Were they in the deck? 1, 2, 3. Wow. Wow. mean, XBOM totally lost this game by not playing Wild Boys shot, but yeah, pretty unlucky for him. And yeah, here rightfully Solomon blocked with Belix. Now you block with Laura Giga. Next turn you discard 2 cards from Otto. What are you thinking? Discarding Borsam Tribe, you would have definitely liked to see it. Maybe here's another one. Another smash on. Okay. Uh, it's not a random discard, Solomon. When a creature attack your opponent chooses and discards a card, he discards randomly. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, he doesn't kill the Petrova here. Which is quite interesting. I mean, you don't have many chances as a Hydro Hurricane player to kill a Petrova. Um, Solomon drawing cards. Only one light mana is, might also hurt him. He keeps drawing, which I'm not sure he should. And also keeps charging non-light cards. He only has like one attacker and one light mana. He just needs to deploy more attackers, and he starts to attack. He needs to start attacking now. He Still waiting for something. I mean, maybe for another Hydro Hurricane, but already used 2 Hydro Hurricanes. Maybe the other one is in the shields. You can't really bank on that. And now, yeah. I mean, drawing more cards allows your opponent to replay his own Sky Sword. Don't draw and attack. Yeah. Could have attacked 1 turn earlier, so let's see if this will bite him in the end. Also auto-playing Locomotiva, which is just wrong. Just play Giga Valzer. Because exactly of this situation your opponent is playing Hydro Hurricane with Chimeras and could have easily called Chimera with Petrova. And yeah, again, drawing cards allowed your opponent to place Soul Swap on Sky Sword. Hydro Hurricane is nice, of course. You can even bounce Sky Sword because playing a Sky Sword now means, yeah, Otto would be behind in deck outways. So Solomon has 2 turns. He can. Yeah, this extra attack. Yeah, this extra attack and also drawing too many cards just lost him the game. Yeah, it's not only the Hydro Hurricane bounce which lost him the game. I mean, he can still win with like a top deck Gigasalt or something. Does he have a Gigasalt left? I'm not sure how many he plays. I already 3 gun. Maybe he's only playing 3. And you have always have to remember when you draw cards, you allow your opponent to also draw cards or play cards like Sky Sword. So just draw less and then prevent your opponent to redeploy their Browsam Tribes, their Sky Swords, Soul Servant Sky Sword, and so on. We're in a winning position already with the Rias and the Petrova. Just turn sideways, don't draw anything. I think at this point he didn't have the Petrova, but you had 3 Palas, so no way your opponent could like kill your Rias. Yeah, Solomon lost game 2, so it's 1-1. Claude screeching his teeth. Yeah, maybe. But he also said he need to draw like earlier, which is just wrong. Just attack earlier, don't draw, and you win the game easily. Yeah, 1-1. Solomon was deciding whether to keep the Quilliam Clamp in hand or not. Not sure what his other cards are, but I think Quilliam Clamp on turn 4 is really strong. Maybe, of course, Giga Balza into Giga Zeld is stronger. So let's see. Yeah, Solomon has finals debuff. Yeah. There's like one meme, not sure if I can find it on Discord, with like facing Solomon in finals. Um, no, I can't find it. It's like the Tadeus meme. It's like eyes closed. With like eyes open, facing Solomon, and then the next template is Tadeus with eyes closed. It's the finals. So yeah, looking at the game, Giga Balza is stronger than Quilliam Clamp turn 4 if you have turn 5 Giga Zeld. Let's see. Again, Lokomotiv should be Giga Balza. Sniping Ice Vapor, which is fine. But yeah, here's the threat. Let's see if Otto has like charge mana into Terror Pit. Nice. Otto won only a bonus IDC. The bonus IDC where we played limited format. And yeah, now looking good for Solomon. He's has a full turn with an active Rias now. Get back Cranium Clip when your opponent has only one card. Hmm. I mean, you're drawing cards with Rias anyway, so stream, not that helpful. And Cranium Clip gives you a nice hedge for when your opponent is top decking Factory Shell and moving Grave Worm to hand or something like that. And on the left side, still Xwim didn't play around the burst shot, but Fort was gonna attack. And yeah, right side looking. Oh, Lost Soul. No, like, no creature, and it's. Okay, he has a creature. Drawing two. Yeah, Lost Soul was nice, but yeah, you hate to see it top taking like 3 Browstam tribes in 4 turns. No, Gigazalt comes down, drawing more cards. You can attack like 1 by 1 now. Oh, he's attacking further. Hmm. Yeah, again, does not need to fear any burst shot from Otto. Also, no pressure from Otto on board to counter swing. So, I mean, Plague is nice here. Yeah, Patova on Chimera, and you have a Locomotiva. So, hmm, hmm. Yeah, so congratulations to Solomon. As always, whining in every match that he loses it um, while it's an even position, and then winning the game, winning the match. Yeah, if that Peleg was APOC, yeah. I mean, he had. Oh no, he didn't. He didn't had. I thought he had Paralysis on board. But yeah, I think in general, fire being better than water. But also getting to the finals, proving that the deck is not like trash. So also 45 cards, which I which are like getting more odds in getting like your factory shell and Rias and so on. Okay, I think here it's 1-1. Yeah, this game would have been over if Xboom played around burst shot in the first game, but here we are. Watching them figuring it out who's like the third place now in this tournament. What am I betting on? I think on Xboom. I mean, he would have already won 2-0, so yeah, Grave Corpse not having like the cycle power like a normal Forbes deck would have. Like if you get Urias removed, you just sit there doing nothing, and He didn't show like any ball meteors, like any threat that ends the game. And meanwhile, X-Boom can just cycle Fortress. He plays like two Fortress, I think, for Soul Swap, and at some point start attacking. Plays his own Misrias, plays like 4 Ace Vapor, so more threats than Grave Corpse. Well, again, just Light Darkness, Fire Nature, Control. That's it. That's the stack. I mean, he's playing some odd choices like two Quixotic, like Palolesis, like, I don't know, Petrova, but maybe I could see it like some mid-range control, like Hydro Hurricane. Um, I see some similarities, but again, he's also playing Fortress. Um, yeah. Yeah. Now play Soul Swap, like charge Blossom Tribe, play Petrova, and then go for Meltdown. I don't know. Well, even then you lose to like a Soul Swap, so swap out these creatures for a blocker. So you kind of have to swap your opponent's creature, your opponent's Blossom Tribe. But then, yeah, you really need like a burst shot here to clear like the field. So maybe just swap out butt for butt and hope to top deck a burst shot or Epoch or something like that. Not sure if he's even playing Epoch. Yeah, something like that. So X from drawing a card, thinking now. I think anything else you would have played, so maybe it's like maybe a Soul Swap or something, and he thought if you could like swap a fortress and yep, it's a Soul Swap and that's game for Gravecorps. Damn, my prediction with the Soul Swap or just the read was pretty nice. Um, yeah, and I think these tells you can make as the opponent when your opponent takes like a couple of seconds longer than they usually do in some situations where either a shield is breaking and they are thinking a bit longer and taking it to hand. You can really, or like in this situation, like anything, like any blocker, any creature you would have played, you hold it on the hand, which indicates a soul swap here. And yeah, these tells can help you as a player to play around some cards you know your opponent has or could have. And yeah, congratulations to Xboom, finishing in third place. So final standing, Solomon first, Otto second, Xboom third, and Grave Corps on fourth. Thank you guys for watching. Bit longer than usual. Our usual IDCs normally they go around like 4 hours. Now we sit here like for 5 hours 40 minutes. Yeah, it really depends how fast the players are, which decks are being played, and usually the slowest players are also playing the slowest decks, which I don't really get. Just if you're playing slow, play like an aggro deck or like a mid-range deck, but each to their own. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, see you in the next top 8 in the end of next month. Dark Signer already announced. Let's quickly switch over. That the finals will not be on the last Sunday of the month, which they usually are, because the last Sunday of March is Easter and holiday weekend. So it will be played on the 24th of March. So keep that in mind, and